elegant weddings in the wild. So if you love romantic flowers, dreamy designs, and maybe a little creative chaos, you're in the right place. So without further ado, here is Patience.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was standing backstage and I was like, how long ago was it when I was here before? And then you said a couple years ago and I was like, okay, now I don't have to sound stupid. I was here 2 years ago. But you guys are amazing. I'm a chatterbox, and I know this is only an hour show. So I have Donovan. If Donovan does this to me, that means you have 10 minutes left. Stop talking and show the designs. So guys, feel free to do that. If I'm talking too much, just be like. Little bit about me. Well, first I want to thank the people that brought me here, because I'll start talking and forget, and that really is truly the most important thing. So thank you, WUMFA, for bringing me back. I must not have screwed up too bad 2 years ago. I want to thank Dan, my boss at Fitz Design. He is wonderful. He believes in me. He believes in education. And so he has sponsored me coming here today. So if you guys want to send a little message to Dan at Fitz and tell him you appreciate it, that would be wonderful. Probably get me a raise. So take out your phones right now. Just kidding. And I want to thank the wholesalers. There wasn't one specific one that sponsored me. I got product from all of them, and the product backstage was incredible. I do this a lot, and I was blown away by not just the quality, but the quantity of flowers. They were very, very generous. So make sure you are shopping the trade fair and thanking the wholesalers for all of their, all of their generosity. And then I want to give a quick shout out to, you're going to see a lot of anthurium in my show. And those are from Greenpoint in Hawaii. They generously sent me 80 anthurium, and I was going to share them, but I think I used 79 of them in my show. And then, of course, Southern Smilax, Alabama Smilax, Jordan Prosser. He's a good friend of mine. And whenever I'm doing a program, he always calls me up and says, what can I send you? And who's ever going to turn down Smilax? Not me. I wish I was doing an arch or something to really show it off, but you will see it in all of my designs. There's a little bit. How many of you guys love Smilax? Okay, your wholesalers might not always carry it. It's a little different up in the frozen tundra. I live in the frozen tundra as well, but they can get it. So you just let them know ahead of time and they can get it for you through Alabama Smilax. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. You can bring that out, honey. I was going to talk a little bit about, we're gonna set it right on top of that guy, maybe. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to talk a little bit about rentals. How many of you guys have rentals and you've had them forever and you use them the same way forever and ever and ever? Look at them in a different way. Like, think about how could I do that differently? And this isn't like rocket science or anything, but you can see, like, obviously these are all, by the way, Fitz Design has a sister company now. It's called Wow Floral. I did not name it that. I wanted like Patience and Floral or something, but it's called Wow Floral. You can find the link on the Fitz Design page, but he has a lot of these, like, if you're do a lot of weddings or events, he's got a lot of really cool pieces on there. So obviously this is meant to be like this, but why can't you just turn it over and do this? I mean, it's simple, right? But it looks fun and it looks a little different, and you're using your product in another way. And to do this, I can lift it. It's just a Lomi tray and then 1 block of Oasis. I taped it in there. I didn't finish the back. Do you know why designers that do stage programs don't finish the back? Don't have enough time, don't want to use product. You want to show the mechanics. I'm going to tell you the real reason. We're lazy, okay? We don't want to finish the back. So we say, I left the back open so I can show you the mechanics. That isn't the real reason. I just didn't feel like finishing it. I have a lot to do, and you know, but you can see it's steady, it's sturdy. What's great about this too is it can be used, maybe not that particular one because it's got a lot of horizontal lines that are going down, but you could repurpose items like that. Like, towards the end of the show, I'll be doing something on these, And I'll wait to talk about that. But there's ways you can repurpose items that really, when you're talking to a bride, I make it a goal of mine in the first 5 minutes of talking to my bride and her fiance or her mom. I make sure that I say to her at least one time, weddings are expensive. I get it. I have 3 daughters. One of them's already been married twice. I get it. I understand. Let me show you how I can save you some money. And you've got them then. They trust you. They believe you. They understand that you understand weddings are expensive. Now, am I going to give my product away? Heck no. Am I going to give my time away? No. But I can show brides how to save a little money, right? And if you get that into the conversation right away in the beginning, they're like, I like her. She's my florist, okay? So I do that. I think there was a kitty in my room last night. I'm allergic to cigarette smoke and cats, and something's happening here, but so I apologize. Okay, you can bring the next one. Don't I have the sweetest helper here? Yeah. Thank you, honey. Another one, same exact thing. Didn't finish the back. Why didn't I finish the back? Lazy, correct. But you can see, very simple. I could have put 2 blocks of foam in here, but I kept it a little bit more lightweight, just for that reason. So you'd want to water it, but this is, 2 days in and the flowers look great. I didn't water them. Not any really spectacular designing in this. I like to group. How many of you guys like to group? Yeah. So I could have done this polka dot, alum here, alum here, alum here. Allium, sorry. But I think when you group it, it just kind of upgrades your design style. So people will look at your work and it's a little bit different. I get asked to do wedding shows a lot, which is funny. It's probably because I'm so, my design style is very soft and romantic and organic. That's how I design. But in reality, if I could choose, I love doing funeral work. Anyone else agree? Yeah, I love doing funeral work. There's something really special about sitting down, talking with the family, finding out about their loved one, and then creating pieces that embody that. And that just, I'm getting goosebumps. That just makes me feel really, really good about what I do. Because, okay, so this is me talking too much again, but there are a lot of amazing designers in our industry. And if it comes down to it, if you really think, I was talking this morning in the design room, and I said, I think the difference between being a really good designer and a really great designer is knowing the difference between less is more and more is more. And I think I haven't quite reached that yet, but I'm getting close. But yeah, so a lot of these designs as I'm making them, just because I have unlimited flowers, it feels like, doesn't mean I have to put them all in there. This negative space here, everybody talks about this, but this is a true thing. Somebody's looking at this design and they think it's this big, but it isn't. This is all empty. This is kind of empty except for a little bit of grass. But the overall perception is this is a huge bouquet. So knowing how to edit your work, I took a class once from a lady that scared the holy you-know-what out of me. And I think she was German or something. She reminded me of my grandpa, who we called Grandpa Hitler. She was just like, and it was when I was first starting out, so I wasn't unsure about myself. And but she said, we control the flowers. They do not control us. And she said, American designers, you put too much stuff in. And so she had us make an arrangement, and it was a big arrangement for a funeral. And then she said, now I want you to take 1/3 of the product out. And I was like, but that's my baby. So we all took 1/3 of the product out, and I was like, geez, that looks pretty good still. And then she's like, now I want you to take another 1/3 of the product out. And it was incredible how much we do waste as Western or American designers. So just think about that. I was taught to green up first. How many of you guys green up first? I still do a little bit, but I am so thoughtful about my greenery. I'll maybe put like 1, 2, 3. Like this is my width and this is my height, and that's it. And then I start putting in flowers. Because greens aren't inexpensive. They used to be, maybe, I don't know. I remember them kind of being less, but they're not anymore. So we don't want to overstuff things. It makes your design kind of messy, and it throws money in the garbage. So if any of you are business owners, if your cash flow isn't there, if you're at the end of the month or beginning of the month, every month going, ooh, I'm not sure if I have enough to do payroll or pay my flowers or whatever. If your cash flow isn't there, it's two things. It's either your cost of goods sold. Hi, beautiful. This is my friend from FSN, and she's amazing, and she wants to kill me right now. So it's either your cost of goods sold, and I could go on about that forever, so I'm not gonna, but trust me, that's the most important thing, cost of goods sold. Do you know what that rose cost you? Do you know what that piece of leather leaf cost you? Do you know what that ribbon cost you? It's all important. Or it's labor. And that's another thing I could go on and on and on about, but like make sure that you're making it easy for your designers to be efficient and to be quick, and they have recipes, and all that is so important to the bottom line. I don't even know what I was talking about, but anyhow, this is the new Fits line, and I did want to show it off, and I wanted to show it off that it can be used in lots of different ways, but also I'm not just trying to sell you things. I also want you to think about stuff that you already have, and like, how can I utilize that in a way that's going to make me money? Because as much as we love what we do, at the end of the day, we have to make money, right? We have to, otherwise we're going to have to close our doors. So I've been in the industry a very, very long time. Like, I know it's hard to believe because I look like I'm in my 30s. Just kidding, I know I don't. I used to do this joke, but I stopped doing it because it's not funny anymore, because it's getting closer to the truth. But I used to say something like, I think I look great for 70, and people would be like, is she serious? Wow, she's had some work done. But I've been in the industry for a very, very long time. That's really front heavy. I started out, I bought a flower shop. How many of you are flower shop owners? How many of you knew nothing when you bought your flower shop? Yeah, me too. I bought a flower shop that was going bankrupt, so I bought it from the bank really cheap, knew nothing. I was always artistic, so I'm like, how hard can it be? Oh my goodness. I look back at some of my designs that I was so proud of, and I'm like, whew, that's not good. So if you're just starting out, every single person in this room at one time was just starting out. So welcome, we're glad you're here. I had my shop for 27 years, and my manager was amazing. And I knew when I hired her that I was kind of ready to be done with the flower shop. And you know, when you're super excited every single day going to work, that's how I was for 25 years. And then the last 2 years, I was kind of like, I felt like I was a little bit phoning it in. Like I wasn't hungry anymore. It was easy. Like I didn't have to work for the business. Does anyone feel like that? Like I was kind of stuck. So my manager wanted to buy it. She's Native American, and the tribe said to her, you know what? This is an important part of our culture. Patience has always been good to us. We're going to give you the money. So I sold my shop, and that doesn't happen very easily or very often. Like, got what I asked for, closed 2 weeks later, and I was like, holy crap, now what do I do? Like, I hadn't really even thought about it, and then it was done. So then I kind of just, I moved, and I was kind of just floating. I didn't need to work right away. And I thought something will happen, something will come up. I know it has to be floral related, but I don't know what it is. And then I had a friend call me, and he said, would you want to come work for me with mass market, in mass market? So doing product development. And I was like, I'm not sure. I got to think about this, because I'm like, will I be a traitor? Does that make me a traitor to our industry? Does that even interest me? So I thought about it for about 2 weeks, and every time he called, I'd be like, just give me one more day, I gotta think about it. But anyhow, I ended up saying yes. My boss was amazing. I worked for Galleria Farms doing product development. It was very interesting. Most of our farms were in Colombia, so I traveled to Colombia a lot. And I don't know why, but they wouldn't let me, when I got checked by, what are the people called? The who? Not TSA, but when you go through like the customs. We couldn't say we were there for work. We had to say we were there for, tourism. And I'm thinking, one time I was in Colombia 3 times in 1 month, and I'm like, man, if I get cavity searched, I'm gonna be angry because they're not gonna believe this. Like, why would I come to Colombia 3 times? So it was a lot of travel. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot. I met some cool people. But a year and a half into it, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I miss my shop, which is dumb because I couldn't wait to sell my shop. So this is a long rambling story, but now I have a studio out of my home, which I absolutely love. So I have the freedom that I didn't have before with my shop. I don't have employees. I can take the orders that I want to take. I've decided to really push funeral business because that's what I love. So I partnered with, I bribed every single funeral home in my city, and 2 of them fell for it. I mean, I brought these guys cookies and candy, and I would have brought them alcohol, but I didn't know if that's illegal. But so I have 2 funeral homes that are exclusive with me, and that's really wonderful because I want a certain amount of business, and I want orders that are like, 75 and up, and I don't want to mess with the $25 orders anymore, which I'm not dogging because I made a lot of money and had a good life making $25, $35, $50 arrangements. I just don't want to do that anymore. I want to work a lot less and still make money. So when people say, a lot of times people will say, you can't make money in the floral industry. That kind of makes me angry because you absolutely can make money in the floral industry. You just have to know your numbers. Okay, that's so important, but I'm not gonna harp on that. I'm gonna keep showing you stuff. Okay, Donovan, bring that little cutie out. Thank you, sir. So this is another Fitz product. Have you noticed there's a lot on Instagram of brides with like purses and flower girls? I will tell you, I'm not selling a lot of these for brides. I did just book a wedding with one that will come out in a little bit here. But I am selling them for prom. The prom girls love them. I don't know if you guys are noticing this, but throughout the country, wrist corsages are kind of going away, and handheld bouquets are kind of coming in. So this is kind of a fun little way for a girl to have, her pocketbook with flowers in it. This is an actual purse, so all I did was take some cellophane, wrap a piece of foam. I can pass it around if you want. The back isn't finished. Why? Yeah, I'm so lazy. But it's just really cute. And again, you can see the groupings. And you can see this beautiful anthurium. Some double tulips, a snap that I accidentally broke off, and then the gems. And again, when I'm working with gems, I don't polka dot. It's a waste of time, and it doesn't make it noticeable. This is one package. I took the package and put it in half, and I have 2 clusters in there. So if you guys won't judge me because it's not finished in the back, we'll pass this around because I know little things are hard to see from stage. Another great thing, sorry, give me one. Thank you, sorry. He's being helpful, and I'm like, no. Another great thing about the purse bouquets, especially for weddings, is they can double as centerpieces. Now will you help me? Thank you, love you, mean it. So that's really fun, and that comes in, I think that purse is called Luscious, which is kind of cute, but it comes in lots of different colors too. So if you have any questions about that, just yell it out. I am that kind of a person, just yell. Okay. Those are through Fitz too. They're actually, thank you, honey. They're actually his new company called Wow Floral. But if you go on Fitz Design, there's a link, or you can just look up wowfloral.com. He has a lot of cool stuff. Okay, I was gonna start with this bouquet because I hate it. And so the reason why I was gonna start with it is because we all make stuff that we hate, right? Every single day, and it's so frustrating. You're like, what is wrong with this? I don't know. You take it apart, you put it back together, and you still hate it. This is that bouquet. I was gonna lead with it, and then I was like, no, don't lead with it, because then they'll think you're an idiot. So now you guys already like me. So I hope. So now you can be like, okay, I get it. Like, eh. And it's just a hand-tied spiral. There's no armature or anything. What is wrong with this bouquet? Yeah. That's a good point. He said the back's finished. I actually do not finish my backs on my bridal bouquets. I put a lot of greenery, usually even more than this, because have you guys ever gotten the pictures back from a wedding and she's carrying it backwards? Yeah, so I make it so obvious to my brides, this is not the front, this is the front. I don't know what it is, and I don't know why I hate it. Hate's a strong word. This is not my favorite piece, but I don't know. I think I was trying to get funky with the me. I don't know why I don't like it. And then I'm not sure, do you guys like the snaps in there, or is it too, it needed some contrast, right? Okay, well, we'll pass that around too, and you guys can pick it apart and tell me why we hate it. Yes. Thank you. I'm gonna fall off the stage. After you guys take pictures, help me back up. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, we got a model. Low budget. So this is a fun bouquet, and I'm going to show you how to make it real quick here. If you're taking my class tomorrow, you'll learn more in depth. But I do these a lot. This is the Fitz aluminum wire, and you can see there's some gems in there clustered again. I do this a lot for daddy-daughter dances and prom, and the reason is because those girls are evil with our flowers, right? This kind of protects it a little bit, and plus it gives it that little bit of glitz or glimmer. I'm gonna just look at that. Woo. Look at those mechanics. So really quick, I can show you how to make that. I can show you how to make that armature. So if you buy a roll of aluminum wire, you can get 3 to 5 of those bouquets out of it. I say 3 to 5 because it depends. If it's like for a big bouquet, I'm gonna use 10 or 11, 12 loops. If it's for a daddy-daughter dance, I might use 5. Prom, I'll use 7 to 9. So it just depends on how many loops you use. But always there's 2 ends, right? So you do this where you can see where the ends are, and then just bring the end down and wrap it around, and then the same with the other one. Okay, so you kind of have, I don't know, maybe it looks like a lollipop or something. You have a handle and your things, and then you just kind of bring them apart, like so. Okay, and then you find the middle-ish. I'm an ish designer. Anyone else? I do not like symmetry. Nope. My daughter's an engineer. She comes over to my house. She goes over to my fireplace. She moves my candlesticks so the 2 tall are together, the 2 medium are together, and 2 short together. We hug, we talk, whatever. She leaves. I go over to my fireplace. There's nothing wrong with being a symmetrical designer or an asymmetrical designer. It's all about your brain and how your brain sees things and sees beauty in things. So if you're a symmetrical designer, it's okay. We still love you. I mean, you're wrong, but whatever. Okay. So if I had my jewelry tools, I would squish that better, and you can even kind of like roll it in to make it smaller. But so it sort of ish looks like a leaf or a petal, right? And then you just kind of go back and forth ish until it looks a little bit like a lotus flower, I think. And then you just start putting in the flowers. But you want to make sure the flowers are in deep, because if you put them out here, I mean, you've got a cool armature, but you can't see it, right? So why waste the money on this? You can see the flowers are in deep on that, and kind of grouped, kind of clustered. I've never used anthurium in this before, and I really like how it almost like mimicked the shape. Yeah, it's really cool. How many of you guys do contests or are trying to get certification, anything like that? Okay. Wire is a big deal. It seems like they give you wire a lot. I am not good with wire because I like to do things quickly, so I'm messy and it gets lumpy and stuff. This is a super easy way to use wire that it's pretty hard to screw up. Like, if I can do it, anyone can. I've made these into like hair accessories before. I've put 3 together and made like a pomander ball out of them, glued in flowers. So there's lots of things you can do with this. Super easy and fun. How much do I charge for that? $1 million. $1 million. I do 3.5 times markup plus 20% labor. You're putting me on the spot. I don't know what those anthurium cost. Everything's donated. I mean, I'm sure that double Lizzie, $100. I'm just throwing out $100. Yeah. My girls in my old town, which was little, 2,500 people, they would come in and say, well, how big was Mary's bouquet? How much did she spend? Well, I can't really talk about that. Well, did she spend over $100? Yeah. Well, did she spend over $125? No. Well, I want mine to be $125. That was my girls in my old town. My new town, my first prom I did, the girl called, her mom said it didn't matter. No, the mom called and she said, price doesn't matter, here's what she wants. They came to my house to pick it up. I made this beautiful bouquet. I mean, she was a pretty gal. And I handed it to the girl, and I could tell by her face she wanted to bust out crying. And I'm like, it's okay, honey, what don't you like? We'll fix it. I want you to be happy. It's okay. And I'm like, no, this is what I do, and I want everyone to leave my store, my studio, happy. She's like, it's just so big. And I'm like, oh, well, that's an easy fix. So in my new town, they want little tiny bouquets. So that's important. You can't assume. Okay, any questions on that bouquet? No? All right. Oh, man. So I'm sorry about the sniffling. I'm sorry, you guys. It's kind of gross. Can't help it. So I always think, I feel like you guys can't see over there. I'm sorry. I always think design on stage, because when I was new and just learning, like, I loved it when people designed on stage because I feel like you learn more. But then it's a whole lot more pressure too, because like, what if I screw up? So if and when I screw this up, I'm gonna try to move this forward so they can see better. If and when I screw this up, you guys just remember that you like me, okay? Yay, thank you. I like you guys too. We're all friends. Okay, so this is a beautiful vase that I stole from someone in the workroom. And this is just, fits aluminum wire again. I love to do this. I love to do this in funeral work when somebody says they want a vase, but they want to spend like $150 or $250. Seems to me like it's hard to do a vase and get that horizontal look, but I'll do it with chicken wire too if you don't have the money for the wire, the aluminum wire. But I love this because then you can get that horizontal thrust in a vase, which is hard to do without foam. Why are you giggling? Because I said thrust? No. Well, now. Okay. Sorry, guys, I have a sick sense of humor. I feel like you can't be a florist unless, A, you have sleep issues. Who in here has sleep issues? It's our creative brain. We can't turn it off. And yeah, I'm not going to tell you the other things you have to do to be a florist, but trust me, they're fun. Yeah, that's a whole nother show. So we're going to design on stage. We're going to do it quickly, and we're going to try not to screw up too much. So for you youngsters out there, a little piece of advice I will give you. And I know you're thinking it's not important and I'm just some old lady talking, but listen, it's so important. Take care of your body. How many of you old florists like me have like hand problems and shoulder problems and all the things? Yeah, take care of your body. Give your body a rest when it needs a rest. And so I'm saying that because I have 2 fingers on this hand that no longer work because I have spine issues from standing at the design table doing this for so many years. So make sure that you are working on a box if your table's not high enough. Make sure that you're not staring down all day long because you will get spine issues and then your fingers won't work and then you'll be double nervous to design on stage because your dang hand doesn't really work like it's supposed to. So that's my, oh, and shoes. Do not be buying $10 flip-flops and wearing them to work. You get some good shoes and you wear those good shoes. Okay, I'm done with all that. So this is already like winging out and looking stupid. This is not what I expected, but it's okay. You guys get the point. So I'm gonna put a little bit of greenery. Oh, I don't want to pull it out because it's gonna make a mess, but okay, because I want that more. Okay, yeah, that's better. Okay. Any questions? Does anyone else like to design in vases for funeral work? This is supposed to be a wedding program. I love designing in vases for funeral work because a lot of those flowers, they end up, you know, someone takes them home or they end up at the nursing home. Like nobody wants to stare at a bouquet that is obviously a funeral bouquet. So I recommend vases a lot if people are unsure what they want. And I would say 90% of my designs, at least for funeral work, are in vases. Yeah. Any questions or comments on that? No? Okay. Well, just let me stand up here in silence and get all nervous then. These snaps. Do you guys know the trick on snaps? So, throw them out. No. So snaps are one, like most flowers, their leaves are part of their vascular system. I would say all flowers, but there are certain flowers that really use their leaves to draw water. Snaps and roses are 2 really important ones. So obviously anything that's going under the water, always strip it. Don't strip this foliage. Leave that on there because that helps them to drink. Same with roses. If the greenery is not damaged or bent or broken, leave it on there above the water line because it's going to help the roses drink. Okay? What's that? Sorry, you weren't paying attention. I said, oh my God, I'm going to knock this over. So, snapdragons leave the leaves on above the water line because that helps them to drink. So if your snaps are going down a lot, help them. Now, hydrangea, you want to take all the leaves off because that takes the water from the flowers. So it's these little things that you learn, but yeah, snaps leave the leaves on, and also roses if you can. Okay, so now we're getting a line over there. So let's put a line over, no, let's do the anthurium. So we've got a line over here. I wish I had more snaps, but pretend like there's more. We'll just throw some stock over there. So I need to balance that out with a line over here on this side. What, honey? I haven't noticed it as much as the snaps, but I'm a proponent of if the foliage looks good, leave it on. I'm also that way with roses. I mean, because they've done studies, and if you leave guard petals on your roses, they'll last up to 30% longer. But on the flip side of that, if you leave guard petals on your roses, your customer might call and say these roses are dead when they're really not. So that's one of those things where you just kind of have to make that decision on case by case. You know, some guard petals I think add to the beauty of the flower. And some are like, yeah, these, especially on red roses, I feel like some of the guard petals really do make them look dead, you know, so it's kind of a choice thing. I know the water's not all the way full on this, so don't judge if they're not quite going in the water. Okay. And then every good bouquet needs what? A big damn budget, just kidding. Needs a focal point. So let's do a cluster of roses. I'll see if I can do it from behind here. Let's do these. And we have a jumper. Thank you. Pink Mahalika, my favorite pink spray rose. I know they blow super fast, but is there anything more romantic than an open rose? No, I'm seriously asking that question. Is there anything? Just kidding. This is taking longer than I thought. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta hurry up here. This one. You're enjoying it? Oh, good. Good. I'm glad. Okay. Now, I'm doing the thing that I really don't like is when somebody designs and it's like, here's your base, here's your flowers, and there's no marriage between the two. So I really want something drippy and droopy here. And I don't know that I have anything that's totally gonna work. Like I would love some amaranthus or something like that. Some tulips. It's okay, we're just gonna pretend that we have it. That helps a little bit. Okay, and then we got this big mama. Where should we put her? Coming out of here, going up straight, front. Okay. We're gonna design this bad boy together, okay? I do need some up, oh, look at these guys. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Isn't that yum? So maybe we will, not right down the center because what? We're not symmetrical. We're gonna go off to the side a little bit. This has to be double Lysianthus, right? Wouldn't you say? Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. I don't know who donated it, but I'll buy you a drink later. Okay. Excuse me, sir, I didn't quite hear your comment. I'm finishing the back. Okay, let me turn it and see where we're going. Oh, do you guys feel like we need something right here? What should we put? Maybe some standard roses? They won't really have the droop I want, but it's okay. What do you guys think about this armature? Do you think you would ever use something like this, or have you used it? Yeah? Good. It gives you a lot more control. A lot less greenery, a lot less product in general. I don't know what these roses, these are shimmer, but there's some other one in here that I'm not sure what they are, but they're yum. Okay. All right, we're getting there. I don't think I have to finish the whole thing, but what do you guys think? Is there a spot that's like driving you crazy from out there? You can say it. I love your shirt. Remember, I told you I have one just like it. You clearly have good taste. Okay, I'm going to stop just because I don't want to run out of time, but it needs a lot of work yet. But you can see the technique and the thought process sometimes. That helps me if I think, like if I hear someone talking through their design and their thought process, like, why did you put that there versus there kind of thing. Okay, so I'm going to stop, but yeah. What do you guys think?
Love it.
Yay! Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Let me get rid of this. Oh, poor Donovan. He's about to carry out. You know what? I'm just going to have you set it right here because I don't want to have to lift it. I do not want to have to lift that bad boy. Thank you. That's heavy, isn't it? How much fun is this? Is this not Bridgerton? I have been saying, I don't know, maybe I said it when I was here 2 years ago. I've been saying, topiaries are coming back. Are they really coming back? Probably not, but I'm hoping if I say it long enough they will, because don't you think they should come back? They're so soft and romantic and beautiful and sweet. I am going to turn this around and show you how I made it. So this is the one that I truly did not finish because I wanted to show you the mechanics, but also because I'm lazy, but mostly because I wanted to show you the mechanics. This works for my boyfriend. I just go, Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm such a messy designer. Who's a messy designer? I don't trust skinny cooks, and I don't trust designers that design into a garbage can. Oh, there, I've said it. Okay, so this she designed into a garbage can? We'll talk later. We'll talk. There's 12-step programs for people like you. I'm just teasing. I love you. Okay, so this is the mechanics behind it. It is basically I lay out my chicken wire, I put my foam on there, I roll it up like a sausage, I shove it down into a sturdy base, and then I stick, what are these things called? They come in orchids? Hyacinths. I'm too cute to be smart too. Come on. Okay, so that's what they're called. He's a little top heavy because there's nothing in back holding him back, but it's very sturdy. He's not going anywhere. When you're making these, the foam definitely dries out from the top down, so you have to water it every day. When I'm doing these for events, I try to make it the day of, and if not, I make sure. Someone told me a turkey baster, the last show I was at, is how they water like casket sprays. You know how you want to get into the foam, and I'm like, that's brilliant and cheap. You can get them at the dollar store. I know they make those little squeeze things with the thing, but like, yeah, turkey baster. Will you stop? You're making me think I'm saying bad things, and I'm not meaning to say bad things. Oh, it's Josh. I sat with him last night. I totally believe it's Josh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Josh, stop it. Okay, so that's that. Another thing I do is I put the greenery first. My dad was a carpenter, so does anyone know how you shingle? Where you like start at the bottom and then you kind of keep, that's how this is. So the greenery, and everything is kind of pointing down, because if it droops, who cares, right? I love double tulips, and I love them even more when they droop. How weird is that? I love Veronica when it gets droopy, because I make it in a way, I design with Veronica in a way that I'm gonna have it coming down, right? So when it gets droopy and there's that movement, it almost looks like purple and pink amaranthus, which I love. So I use double tulips and Veronica a lot in body flowers too, but I use them in a way that when they droop, they're gonna be cool. So then I just started filling in. This takes a lot more flowers than you think it will, so make sure you give an estimate accordingly. But you could also use a lot more greenery and a lot less flowers, but I'm not gonna do that in the design room when there's a million flowers to work with. So that's one of my favorite little bouquets for like the guest table or the card table, anything like that. Any questions on this one? No? Okay. How am I doing for time, Donovan? Am I talking too much? I'm what? Oh my God. I gotta quit talking. These are purses, aren't they cute? Next. Just kidding. These are a couple more little items. These I sell. I'm not gonna say a lot, but I do sell these. like I said, I'm not pushing wedding work. I'm pushing funeral work because I don't want to work that hard anymore. I put my time in. But I did have this big bridal show. They called me and they said, we know you're new in town. We've heard about you. We want you to come. And I'm like, nah. And they're like, we'll give you a free booth. And I'm like, I'll be right there. So I thought, if I'm going to do this bridal show, I'm going to do me. So I just brought weird stuff. I brought, who's a big thrifter? Oh, look at that. Yay, my people. I brought weird stuff, okay? I did a wedding that was all black and purple and super smoldery and sexy, and it had wood. I had this weird wood statue that I found, and it was so cool. It was I had a Buddha, and then I did weird stuff, and I brought these purses, and I booked 2 weddings with these purses because they were weird. My booth was weird. It was different than everybody else's. So it's okay to show your weirdness a little bit. I have a sign in my bedroom that says, it's the Marilyn Monroe sign. What is it? I'd rather be absolutely ridiculous than absolutely boring. And my granddaughter, Paxton, who's amazing, she said to me the other day, guess what, Gigi? I said, what? She said, someone called me weird at school today. And you know what I told them? I said, well, I'd rather be weird than boring. And I'm like, oh my God, I love you. You're perfection in every way. So show your weirdness. We're all a little weird. We're artists. These are fun. Look at the big pearls. We're going to pass these around. Again, these are actual purses. So it's just a little, yes. Thank you, love. It's just cellophane, little bit of fresh foam, and thank you, honey. Okay, 10 minutes. We got to go. We got to go. Thank you. This I almost forgot to make. It was laying there this morning when the guys who were so kind to help me was carrying my stuff, and I was like, oh my God, I was going to make that. I've made these before with silk. You can also get these on Wow Floral or Fitz Design. I've made them before in silk. I hadn't done one with fresh yet, so I was like, okay, well, let's figure this out. So I was going to glue, because that's what I did with the silk, and that didn't really work. And then I was going to bullion wire, and that kind of didn't really work either because it kept cutting through the stem. And why are you laughing at me? Not you this time. It's okay. It's okay. So then I just laid the stems, and then I wired them on with the thicker wire. No, I'm lying. I taped them on, and then I just wrapped them really tight with ribbon so nothing would move, and that was it. Glued in a little greenery, and it was really actually very fast. And I think this will actually get prettier as the tulips droop. There'll be more movement in them and stuff. So thank you, Josh. I haven't sold that yet. I see it all over Instagram. It's very Asian inspired. But I have not sold it. I've had shops call me, ask me how to do it because they've sold it, but I haven't sold it yet. Okay. You can set that over here, honey, because I don't want to move it because it's too heavy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. This is another little, what I would consider maybe an altar bouquet or something. Again, lots of groupings. Look at this king. Yeah. I mean, yeah, right? Now, is it expensive? Heck, yeah, she's expensive. Is she worth it? There's one in this whole arrangement. But every single person at that wedding is going to be like, what the heck is that? So, and then I just have this cascade of these beautiful anthurian coming up, cluster of roses or grouping of roses, some snaps and some stock over there. I got some empty space in here, which is kind of fun and interesting. I threw an orchid in there because we had so many and they were so beautiful. And that's it. I did not finish the back because why? Lazy. Yes, perfect. All right, perfect. Thank you, thank you. This is a little cascade. Cascades are coming back. I am getting brides asking for them a little bit, not hugely, but hugely. Who am I? Okay. So So I just start with a little wad of chicken wire for a lot of my bouquets, prom and wedding. Syndicate Sales has the eggs, which are fabulous. I use those sometimes too, but a lot of times I'll just use chicken wire, especially for prom when I don't have a ton of money. I'll just take a little wad of that. And then this, you can kind of see the chicken wire down there, but I wanted it to have more of a cascade. So I just laid this branch that I went and stole from outside across the top of this before I did anything else, wired it on, and then I just started designing. So everything came through the back of the chicken wire. Got a broken one. And I wasn't sure about this ribbon. I added it last minute. Do you guys like the ribbon on there? The color is a little bit off, but it's romantic. Then I like it too. I like romantic. Yeah. Yeah, ribbon, I meant for that to happen. Ribbons are in, you're right, and brides want texture and they want lots of different kinds of ribbon, so thank you. Thank you, thank you. We're gonna make it, we're gonna make it. Okay, I was gonna make this bouquet on stage, but I'm just gonna talk about making it and I'm not gonna actually make it because, I can do it quickly? Okay. Okay, you guys believe in me. All right, so Alabama Smilax sent all this beautiful Smilax, and I don't think I'm going to tell them because I don't want them to feel bad, but I think it maybe got a little frozen shipping. It was supposed to come on the Armelini truck, blah, blah, blah. Things happened. It didn't. It came FedEx, and I think it got a little frozen. So it's usually much greener than this, but it's still gorgeous. Okay, and so I just took a piece of the Smilax and wrapped it in and made a wreath. And I'll do that a lot with Italian ruscus too, especially for prom, where things don't have to be precise like a wedding. And just make this wreath. I attached 3 wires to give me a handle, and then I'll just start designing down into it. So it kind of gives you a nice little armature to start with and makes designing much easier. And I really will not do the whole thing, but I just want to give you an idea of how easy and quickly it can go together when you use armatures. How many of you guys like to design with armatures? Yeah, me too. Okay. We'll just stick 2 at a time. Okay. I mean, already it's okay. These double tulips are fabulous, so I feel like some people can't see me, I'm sorry. We're gonna pop some of those in. Okay, and then probably for sure, I got lots more to put in it, but we'll just pretend like it's done. But you guys get the idea of how fast and easy that this could go together? Yeah? Okay, I'm gonna give it to Josh as soon as he gets off his phone. He's very interested in my program. And Josh, do you want to finish it, or does somebody want to finish it for me while I'm talking? Yeah! You're adding whatever you want to add out of this bucket. Okay, I believe in you, Josh. I've seen your work. You're amazing. We're down to the last thing. Yay. You can't be there right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you mind going right there? I'm so sorry. Okay, we are going to put that in front right there. Thank you. Look at these stands. These are Fitz Design. Yes, they're just, remember those Halloween and Santas that when you were a kid? That's all they are. I don't want to do it because, and I have these at my house. They fold all the way flat. They're super light. The last show I did 2 weeks ago, I had a friend, and she actually walked off stage and stood on one. And she weighs 160 pounds, and it held it just fine. I do not weigh 160 pounds, and I'm not standing on this, but I weigh 112, so. Why are you laughing? Just kidding. You too? But they are super sturdy. They're way sturdier than you think they're gonna be. They're not great outside because of, unless you put them like on a tile, like a ceramic tile or something, then they're great. But how many of your brides are looking for, have you seen now where the altar has like columns and then the columns have all the flowers? Yeah, so these are great for that because they're so light, they're so easy to transport, blah, blah, blah. But again, if it's outside, is there a stem on it? Oh, I was like, why is it not? Thank you. You saved me from a disaster. They're really inexpensive too. I wish I could remember how much they are, but they're like, maybe, there's ones that are just columns that I like the best because they're not as wobbly. But I think these are kind of sexy with the silhouette. And I want to say the column ones are like $10, maybe $12 for this size, maybe $14 for this size. And then the curvy ones, and there's lots of different curvies, are a little bit more, but they're still like under 20 bucks. They're incredibly inexpensive, and they store easily. They come in like an off-white and black, so check those out. Sorry. He's standing back there holding this, and I'm rattling off things. I think that one goes here. I had it all figured out in my brain backstage. Thank you. You can bring them all out, hon. Okay. Thank you. But this is, I just sold this look for a wedding, and the gal wants to bring these into her head table dance floor afterwards. That one goes right there. Aren't they sexy, these stands? Yeah. Velvety, yeah, and they're just paper. And they're water resistant. They're not waterproof. You can't put them out in the rain, but if you get a little water, it just kind of runs off of them. Yeah. I think that's it, right? Look at me. Look at me. Do you guys like these? Aren't they pretty? Good, good. I'm glad you like them. I love them too. I have them at my house as plant stands, so they do get watered. How are you doing with the bouquet, Josh? Dang. That's really good. That's how it should be. Stand up, let everybody see what you're doing. Isn't that beautiful? And it just started with a little piece of scrap greenery. Yeah. All right. Yes. Oh, I should talk about this. Do you guys like this? Yes. This is on Floristic. Have you guys seen Floristic, Fitz Design? It's just like, how many of you are athletes? I am not going to raise my hand. Or ex-athletes? You heard of KT tape? Okay, it's just on KT tape. So when your people say, is it latex-free, non-allergenic, all that? Yes, it's sweat resistant, all that stuff, so you can put it right on your skin. It's really beautiful, done like a lot of the prom dresses now are super low cut in the back, like just down their spine, like a little skinny one. It's super pretty. On tattoos, I did a video where I just took a little dot of it, and on all my flowers, I put a little flower, and that was really fun. So play around with this. I've done videos for years, and I've only had 2 that have gone viral. Once when I was in Paris and got locked out of my hotel room. It was funny. There's a story there. We'll talk about it in the bar. And then once when my silly daughter and I made just a goofy video with KT tape, and I think it has over 1 million views and comments, and every time I repost it, it just goes viral again. So get silly, make some funny things, put it out there, make your customers love you, because I know, because you're creatives, you're all a little weird, so put that out there because people love weird people. Okay. I want to thank you guys so much. I love it when I get to talk to an audience that's interactive, so thank you. It makes me so much more comfortable here on stage. I want to thank WUMFA, of course, Dan from Fitz Design, Alabama Smilax, and Greenpoint, and all of you. Thank you. Thank you.